ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमः। कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमस्ते। शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद श्री कृष्ण प्रभु नित्यानंद श्रीवासादि हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे संकीर्तन की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Very happy to be here with all of you. I was telling, in this world, everybody is looking for only one thing. What is it? Happiness. Any effort you do in life is ultimately to become happy. I was telling that I saw when I was in Richmond, there was something like a tire type of thing. Some children were playing with that. They was sliding in the ice. So some people are doing skating also in some other places. Yes, Salam Kirtan, welcome. Some boys are just coming, right?
Yeah, some are already.
Yeah. So we in Pune people do something called skydiving. You know skydiving? Skydiving, they jump off from a mountain and come down in a parachute. So the living entity by nature is pleasure seeking. So whether you do skydiving, whether you do skating, or whether you do swimming, or you go to SL World or Disney World, why people go anywhere? People in America come to India for a tour, and people in India come to America for a tour. They go to Bermuda. So everywhere people are pleasure seeking, because in the Taittiriya Upanishad there is a verse which says, Raso vai saha rasamhi evayam lavdva anandi bhavati. The living being, when he seeks pleasure, he approaches the Supreme Lord, who is the reservoir of pleasure. The Supreme Lord's happiness cannot be thwarted by anything. That Krishna, when he is dancing on Kaliya, he was smiling. Is there any of us here, you jump on the head of a snake, you can smile? Not 1,000-hooded snake, but just one hood snake. Even if, like in our village, once a snake entered somebody's house, all my friends shouted, "Hey, snake, snake," they shouted. All of us ran to our home and climbed on the top of the table. Because we thought the snake cannot climb the table. And the snake would leave one house and enter into second house. And leave second house, third house, fourth house, like this. There was a lot of commotion there. At last, one of my friends called, "Hey, all of you come out, the snake is killed." We all jumped off from the table and ran to see the dead snake. One fellow was crushing the head of the snake. It was killed. We also did our part by taking a stick and beating the dead snake. So, you will see that we all fear from dangers, and at the same time we want happiness. to be increased unlimitedly. But Lord Krishna, his happiness is amazing. He is dancing on the hoods of a thousand-hooded snake. Or he is in the Kurukshetra battlefield. There is one word used in Bhagavad Gita, Prahasanniva Bharata, it says. He was smiling very cheerfully, very happily. Where? In the battlefield of Kurukshetra. So Krishna was smiling, another fellow was crying. Who was that? Who was crying? Arjun. Yeah, Arjun was crying. So the living entity is crying, Lord is smiling. Why? Because the living entity is disconnected. When Arjuna was disconnected from Krishna, he was crying. After hearing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he was no more crying. He became confident. So crying Arjuna became confident Arjuna. So that transformation took place. That is the goal of any spiritual practice, to have transformation. Somebody who was self-centered, they should become God-centered. Somebody who was cruel should become compassionate. Somebody who was crying should become cheerful. Somebody who was angry should become, calm. Somebody who is greedy should become contented, self-satisfied. So, you will see Lord is happy anywhere. Whether he is on the hoods of Kaliya snake or in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he is always cheerful. And he is God always. When he is in the lap of Yashoda, he is God. There was one great demoness called Putana who came to kill Krishna by breastfeeding the child with so-called, she had an intention to feed milk along with that, smear her breast with poison and kill the child. She was commissioned by Kamsa. But when she picked up the child and tried to do that, the child not only sucked the milk, he also sucked her life air also. So, next moment she manifested her deadly, ghastly looking, Rakshasi body. So, her real colors came out. So, you can see Krishna was God always. Whether it's the lap. Some people say nowadays by meditation you become God. Actually, nobody becomes God by meditation. God is always God. Whether it's the lap of Yashoda, he is playing in Vrindavan, or he is in Kurukshetra, standing in the battlefield, wherever he is. So he is always happy, and we become morose by disconnection with him. So the whole purpose of spirituality is to reconnect with God and become happy. That's the Taittiriya Upanishad verse I told you just now. Raso vai saha means saha is that personality. Rasa means he is a reservoir of ocean of happiness. He is not just happy, he is oceanically happy. His happiness is oceanic. Raso vai saha. Rasam hi eva ayam labdva. After getting some droplets of happiness from him, labdva anandi bhavati. The jiva also becomes happy. Just like, imagine if there is a huge sugar heap here in this room. Some ants may come. They may pick up some few cubes of sugar. And they will be dancing happily. Oh, it's so sweet. But what they are experiencing is only a small portion of that sugar, huge heap. Similarly, we jivas are tiny, God is great. And when we get a few droplets of happiness from him, we think our life has become successful. Even with that small amount of happiness. But he is oceanically happy. So, many people in the world don't know how to become truly happy. Like people come from India to America to study, and then they do job, and some of them become entrepreneurs. They establish big industries, companies, and they become very accomplished materially. But they have no clue how to be happy after increasing affluence. You can see people who commit suicide are not the have-nots, or the people in the slum. People who commit suicide are the richest people. Actually, you will see that. This Sri Devi, cinema actress, you all know her? She went to Gulf. The news came 3-4 years ago that she passed away. But 2 days later, a news came. She didn't just pass away. she submerged herself in the water in the bathtub and she self-immolated herself. She committed suicide. Now she was a simple South Indian actress. Later on she became a Bollywood actress. Anybody may say, oh, you got to be a Bollywood actress, great. But then Bollywood actress, see how she's ending herself. So whether one is a very famous actress or actor or one is a very accomplished businessman, if they don't have proper understanding, awareness of what life is all about, they will hurt themselves and hurt the world. They don't know how to be happy. Many people are eating sleeping pills in America. Many people are getting insomnia. Many people are divorcing. When there is also a lot of criminalism in many places. There are a lot of fears everywhere. So the main reason for this is it's one of the first world countries. All amenities, facilities, everything is there. When Prabhupada came here, Srila Prabhupada, he said, you have tall towers, broad roads, you have fine cars, you have handsome bodies, you have good education and plush complexes and facilities, everything you have, he said. But why is happiness missing in your life? Why, when Prabhupada went to University of Berkeley, there was news that every week at that time there was bad news that students are jumping off from the building. So the college was very much worried. So they were trying to close the top floor so that nobody can go there and jump. Then you can jump from the next floor if you don't jump from the top floor. So Prabhupada said, you have to teach the children the right thing for them to become happy. Because you're giving, there are 3 levels of education. This level of education is go to school, go to college, which will teach you to earn your livelihood. I go to college, why? To earn a degree. Why do you want a degree? To make money. Why do you want money? To enjoy. Eat, drink and be merry. This is not education. This is going to really create a big havoc in this world. Why? I'll tell you a simple thing. Say you take a house like this. Say if there are say 4 children in this house and mother and father. If 4 children are given each one room, if one child goes to one of the other rooms of the child and the child is pulling out, I want my toy. He pulls his toy and he pulls his hair. Other one is slapping, beating. Even a small home cannot be a happy home, correct? No? And same thing you can apply on the globe, which is 8 billion population, 9 billion population, whatever. So you will see that the world is not just made up of dead matter. The world is made up of conscious, sentient living beings. So the living beings have free will. And if the living beings don't know 2 very important principles, conformity and unity principle. Conformity with God, unity with all. Unity is horizontal, conformity is vertical. So if vertical alignment is missing, then you cannot have the horizontal alignment. Not possible. Vertical alignment is with Supreme, the one who has created this world, one who has put us all here, one who has provided amenities and facilities for us to survive in this world, one who has made the universal laws, keeping in mind well-being of all his children. So he is all loving, all kind, all merciful, all powerful also. And if we don't know him, and if we don't know his laws, then we cannot have vertical conformity. And when that is not there, then we cannot have unity with each other. When there is lack of unity, and that's what causes small fights at home, large wars between nations. The large-scale wars which are going on now. There is so much of hatred and fight and wars and violence and greed everywhere in this world. That's because of people losing the compass. People have lost the compass. People have lost the true north. This world can be a much better place, much happier place, if every living being makes an attempt to become a healing cell than a cancer cell. So, but the cancer cells increase the more people turn away from the laws of God, from the conformity with the Supreme. Then there is havoc in people's lives. So, Shastras are not vague, they are crystal clear, as clear as the sun in the sky. The Shastras say that In this world, the living beings who have come after turning away from God, as soon as they come here, they're enveloped by their mind. Every one of you sitting here, we all are divine part and parcel of God. A part of God is as beautiful as God. He also is in his own minute way. He is also, same qualities of God are present in the Jiva also. Prabhupada says we are all minute samples of Krishna. Prabhupada writes in one place. Minute samples of Krishna means God is big, we are small. Like God is like a gold mountain, we are like a gold ornament, like a earring or a nose ring. This is also gold, that's also gold. What is the difference? What is the difference? Huh? Quantity, yeah. So he is like a big, huge gold mountain. We are like a small, tiny. Quantity is different. In quality, it's the same. So everybody is supposed to behave like God, purely. Just like how Lord Rama behaves with brothers, with his wife, with Praja, even with enemies, how he behaves. And that's why sometimes studying Ramayana helps us to know the right kind of behavior with juniors, with equals, with seniors, with guru, with parents, and with society, with the world around us. So Ramayana is such a beautiful book for learning personal values, interpersonal values, social values, and spiritual values. For all the four, it is very good. Personal values means yourself, honesty, truthfulness, purity, simplicity, integrity. These are all what values? Personal values. Now tolerance, respect, and patience. These are all interpersonal. Because you have to tolerate means you have to tolerate in relation to someone. Similarly, respect means you have to also learn to respect the fellow beings, correct? Like now 4 girls are staying in VOS. Now they will learn the culture of how to deal with one another. Isn't it? Is it easy or difficult? It's not very easy. Of course, they will say very easy to me. Yeah. But I have seen in India many students staying together, boys staying, similarly here girls are staying together. As soon as living beings come and stay in one place, they all have to know the art of respectfully dealing with each other. Correct or not, isn't it? Then the place can be a happy place. Correct? Actually, the things remain things only. What makes difference is the conscious living beings. Correct, no? See, this table will remain here only. It is not going to go anywhere, even million years. Correct? But if you, even if you put this table outside, it is not going to protest. Imagine if one of us is put outside now. Hey, why did you put me outside? Correct or not? Because we have free will. So we have heat and cold, honor and dishonor, pleasure and pain. So when living beings come together, stay together, unless they learn the culture that God has given, conformity with God and unity with all, this principle, then only they can live. The scriptures say that when we turn away from God and come in this world, the pure conscious living being becomes enveloped by the mind. And the mind captures some impurity in this world. And that impurities are mentioned in the Bhagavad Gita. Trividam narakasyedam dvaram nashanam atmanaha kama krodha tata lobhas tasmat etatrayam tyajet. He says there are 3 impurities that capture the living entity. The mentality of proprietorship and controllership and enjoyership. Like sometimes one child wants the toys of all the other children. Hey, give me your toy, your toy, your toy, everybody's toy. And the other children ask, what do we do? He says, get lost. What do you call this? This is called as greed. Greed for, actually everybody, the father has given everybody one toy. You enjoy your toy, other child will enjoy his toy. But some children are not happy with one toy. They want whose toys? Everybody's toys. And this mentality was seen in Alexander, correct? No? He was not happy with his own country in Greece. He went everywhere. Hey, all of you went up, give me everything with me. Same way British people are colonizing the world everywhere, correct? Going around in the world. See, God has given you your area, stay and peaceful, be peaceful. They won't be peaceful. Go around, everybody at gunpoint, take away everything. loot the lands, shoot the people, take away their wealth. Greed, correct? It's called proprietorship. This is not a new thing. You study Shastra, Hiranyakashipu. Hiranya means gold, Kashipu means soft bed, which is sex life. So he wanted money and sex. And for this, he wanted to occupy the upper, middle, lower, all the planets. He said, I want to be number one in the whole world. Who? Who wanted that? Hiranyakashipu. He said, instead of God ruling the world, I will rule the world. That was his desire. He did a severe type of austerity to control his senses. You may ask, if you want to enjoy, then why is he controlling senses? There is a reason for that. You will see in this world, any accomplishment you want to achieve, first you control your senses, correct or not? Like you want to study for some competitive exam. You sleep late and get up early and you slog hard so that you can, once you get through the exam, then you can enjoy. Correct, no? Like this bed bug. You have seen bed bug? In one season, it becomes like thin like a paper. Completely. It looks almost dead. It looks like that. Another season, it drinks blood and becomes plumpy. How many of you have seen that? You have seen that? Yeah. In India, you can see that. Correct, no? So, the bed bug is like, similarly, Hiranyakashipu was initially thin completely. Only bones remained in his body. Later on, he became plumpy. He became very stout and strong, and he took over the whole three worlds. You can see that. Proprietorship means greed for looting everybody's property, isn't it? Similarly, controllership is another very big problem in this world. The proper use of the word lording over. You know what is lording over? Lording over means bossing over. Any of you sitting here honestly tell me, if somebody tries to boss over you, will you like it? How many of you won't like it? Only half of them? Okay, all of us, correct. I think two of them like it, I think. These two. Yeah. Who is the next to you? He didn't. Yeah. Correct, no? Yeah. Correct. You do you like anybody bossing over you? Yeah, that's what you are asking. Correct, isn't it? Correct, no? None of us like somebody bossing over. Because none of us like somebody bossing over us, so we also should not boss over anyone. It is as simple as that, correct, no? As simple. But controlling tendency means in this world, there is a tendency for one living entity to boss over another living entity. In schools, we call it as bullying, correct, no? People do bullying in the schools, colleges. Teasing, bullying, ridiculing, dominating, this kind of tendency. So you find in the scriptures also, you find Hiranyakashipu was bossing over Prahlad. You can see that. He was trying to beat up Prahlad, he was trying to do assassination of Prahlad. There was one Durvasa Muni who was trying to boss over whom? Who? Anybody knows? Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish was an innocent devotee, but Durvasa Muni was trying to dominate him. In the same manner, in homes also people try to dominate. Sometimes there is a mother-in-law in India, very famous one. She tries to dominate the daughter-in-law. And daughter-in-law tells her husband, hey, if mother-in-law is dominating me, come, let's fly to London. Or let's go to Germany. Many of them want to. Because wife thinks that here if I am there, she will be the queen, I have to be a maid. So let's go away. So that's why the husband has to satisfy his mother also and wife also. Is it easy or difficult? No, you will know it after marriage only, not now. Only when you're married you will know. So he is like a mridangam in between. One side mother, one side wife. Becomes very challenging. Especially if they both are dominating. Correct now. Actually, it is very easy to work with people who are humble and submissive. They are very cooperative. Some people have very less needs and they are very respectful to others. So you will like it very much. So mutual respect, trust and love is required when we have to live in the same place. So controlling tendency means a dominating tendency, that is anger. And that's also one type of disease. And then enjoying tendency, enjoyership means lust. Lust means everybody, you will see that the lust is opposite to love. Love has a nature to give. Lust has a nature to grab. So lust wants to grab and enjoy. Whereas love means to give, give. Like mother raising a baby. She is giving or grabbing? Huh? Giving. Not just giving, she is giving everything. Child is getting up in the middle of the night, she is ready to tend to the needs of the child, even in the dead of the night. Child is passing stool and urine. Any of us, are we ready to clean stool and urine of somebody? People would find it very difficult. Obnoxious, what is this? But mother not just cleaning one day, every day, so many times, changing the diaper, cleaning stool and urine, bathing the child, dressing the child, isn't it? So it's a life of sacrifice. So it's a life of giving. On the other hand, a businessman who is trying to, climb up the ladder of success, he is finding out how to manipulate, how to escape the income tax, and how to grab more and more money, how to multiply my bank account, correct? No? So people think in terms of grabbing. So Ravana also was grabbing the hand of Sita with the mood of enjoying her and kidnapping her and taking her away to Lanka. Although everybody is allowed to marry, you are allowed to marry and have a wife, but to try to kidnap another man's wife, that is lust. Adamant, it's a prohibited desire. Adamant desire for prohibited activities. So you will find that these three tendencies, proprietorship, controllership, enjoyership. Proprietorship is equivalent to which one? In the lust, anger, greed, which one? Greed, yeah. And controllership? Anger. And enjoyership? Lust. So these three, Lord Krishna says in the Gita, these three are ruling this world and they are causing havoc in this world. See, from the lust comes all these gang rapes and all these things. From the anger comes criminal activities, murder and all those things. And from the greed comes money scams, in the so many economic scams and everything. Big people, Enron scandal, you heard that? Huge amount of money they were trying to sack and they were caught. That's for real. So, in this way, this world becomes a terrible place, miserable place for all living beings. When the living beings have these viruses in small or big proportion. Asura means they have in very big proportion, these things, asuras. Other living beings also have, but they have in some proportion. So, in our hearts, one has to find out which one is very much increasing, lust, anger, greed, and that has to be curbed. And how do we curb it? The living entities have no clue of it. They don't know how. Even to detect, you need some intelligence. Many living beings cannot even detect that these impurities are there in the mind. We have to cleanse it. Only then we can be happy. Far from making the world happy, first we have to become happy. We have to cleanse these impurities in our own heart. A diseased man cannot be happy. One has to. Dis-ease means what? You are not at ease, isn't it? If you are at ease, you will be cheerful. If you are not at ease, if you have a disease, you can't be cheerful. So living entities are all morose in this world, even after making so much money and having so much estates and everything, because they are in anxiety. They are lamenting for what they don't have. They are in anxiety to get what they don't have. So, therefore, why do we go for spirituality? This is the main reason. When you go for spirituality, you try to understand what is this world, who am I, and why am I suffering, how I can be happy, what stops me from becoming happy. So, the lowest knowledge is material knowledge. Like solids you learn in theory of machines, strength of materials and all that. Liquids you learn in hydraulic machinery, fluid machinery and all that. Gases you read in turbo machinery, thermodynamics. Then fire you read in heat and mass transfer and fire engineering and all that. And sound you learn in acoustic physics. Then beyond that, mind, intelligence, ego you study in psychiatry and psychology. All this is mundane knowledge. That's all. This is all Jada Vidya, studying about dead matter, whether gross or subtle. Beyond that is the knowledge of the soul, the Chit Kana Vastu, the conscious person, which is you, the real you. There is no training in the colleges for this, due to which the whole world is submerged in gloom, suffering. So, That's why the lowest knowledge I told you is studying that matter. The second level knowledge is some human beings are woken up to ethics, morality, values, character, isn't it? Good behavior. They don't know about God. They don't know about, you know, knowledge of soul, God, and all those things. But at least they have started feeling a need for a society based on values and character and morals. What they say, hey, this world has limited resources, let us all divide and enjoy happily, and let us not quarrel. Let us not kill one another. Let us peacefully coexist. No, don't bring God. Let us all, whether God is there or not, don't worry about it. But we know we are living in this world. Let us take these things and enjoy. Prabhupada says, what is it like? He says, three thieves broke out into a bank and they stole the bank and fled to the forest. And one of them went for answering the call of nature. Other two thieves were sitting. One of them said, hey, that fellow has gone for half an hour. Let us divide the money and run away. The other thief said, hey, you can't do that. We should be honest. We should honestly divide and enjoy. So Prabhupada says, what kind of honesty? Already you broke honesty. Stealing the bank. And what kind of honesty he is talking about? Similarly, the whole world is having stolen property from God. So our enjoying this property is what property? Stolen property. Therefore, anybody who picks up the things of the world and gives it to God, that will not be considered stolen property because you have recognized the reality. You understood. You can see the eatables that we eat and the commodities with which we make the houses and cars and laptops. All these are gifted by God to us. God has given us. Anyone who does not recognize it is a thief. Ishtan bhogan ki wo deva dasyante yajna bhavitaha tairdattana pradayebhyo yo bhunkte sthena evasa. Sthena word in Sanskrit, only English it becomes thief. Sthena, thief. You see there is a similarity. Hare Krishna, welcome. So, we will not be considered thief if you become Krishna conscious or God conscious because we have recognized God as God's pivotal role. He is the person who has given everything in this world. He put the sun and moon. He put the stars and sky. He has put the earth. He has given all the eatables for all 8.4 million species, unique type of foods he has given. He is bringing the rain shower, He is giving the materials for building the houses. How do you build the house? It's all materials. We didn't create the material. Did we create the materials? We didn't create. He has created He has given the materials so that we can, even from this cold, how will we save ourselves? He has given us the facility for building a house and heating and everything. If you very carefully observe what science is doing, they are actually drawing from the natural laws which God has created. Like for example, you have a mobile. From here you can talk to someone in India, correct? So what connects this mobile to that mobile is satellite communication. For satellite communication, what do you need? When can satellite communication happen? What waves are needed? Radio waves. So if God did not create the radio waves, God has created all the waves, AM waves, FM waves, is in radio waves. There are also alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, correct? No? So if God did not create these waves which are all existing in this world, will we be able to connect with a mobile to India? Think about it. That means man is hooking on to the laws created by God and making it possible for using the appliances. Correct or not? See, sometimes in villages, a farmer, he puts a hook on the electric wire and then draws electricity without paying to the EV. In India, they do that sometimes. If they are caught, they have to pay a heavy fine. Similarly, scientists are also hooking on to God's energies, what God has created. If those, like this light is glowing now, what is the principle based on which it's glowing? Yeah? Electricity. Electricity, what is the definition of electricity? It's flow of electrons. Correct? No? So that principle, when there is a flow of electron, then there is a passage of electricity. Correct? No? Based on that principle, you can have 5,000 appliances. Correct? But the flow of electricity, the flow of electrons causing electricity, is it created by man or by God? Man cannot create it. These laws are already there. Like we are sitting on the earth. Because what principle is there? There is gravity. Principle of gravity. Imagine if gravity is not there, how troublesome it will be. See, when man goes to space beyond the Earth's pull, they say that if they pass tool, it will stick to behind. It will not come out. You have to scrap it with great difficulty. Why? Because there is no gravity. When you go beyond the gravity. Yeah, it's very difficult. So we are sitting on the earth, we don't know how it will be when you go beyond the gravity. So, gravity, did man create or God? When I asked in one class, who created gravity? Somebody said Newton. Hey, Newton didn't create gravity. No, Faraday didn't create electricity. Faraday discovered electricity. Newton discovered. What is the difference between inventing and discovering? Inventing is creating, discovery means finding. Finding, yeah. Like if you give me China clay, I can make some, tiger, deer, lion, I can make it. I can manipulate it. Similarly, God has given us ingredients and we are manipulating and making houses, making cars, making laptops, making mic, making clothes, making all these things. God is the supplier of all the ingredients, correct, no? He has supplied us. So when you are taking from Him and doing all these things, to ignore Him and chase after enjoyment independently, that is considered like life of a thief. You understand the point? No? That's the fundamental truth Isha Upanishad talks about. So, actually, can a thief be peaceful and happy or not? Why he can't be peaceful and happy? What's the reason? See, if a police is coming in the opposite direction, none of us is going to be afraid. But who will be afraid? Because he has done something, and as soon as he sees a police, he will take a U-turn and run away. And you don't have to run. So, this is a matter. A thief cannot be peaceful, he cannot be happy. That's the point. So, when we come to spirituality, we understand the third level. The first level is dead matter. Second level is morals, ethics, values, character, life based on certain principles, man-made principles. Then beyond that, the third level is understanding what is matter, what is spirit, and what is God. It's like what is car, what is driver, and the traffic laws. It's like that. Who are you? Are you car or the driver? You are driver. And you are riding a car. So car is matter and you are spirit driving the car. And both are controlled by whom? Traffic laws. I'm saying about car and driving, correct? No? And the traffic laws is done by the government. So God is the government and we are given a material body inside which we are sitting. So matter, spirit and controller of both. When we understand this truth, that's where the spirituality starts. True spirituality can start only here. Nowadays, there's a lot of mumbo jumbo going on in the name of spirituality. But real spirituality means you understand what is matter, spirit, and God above. And therefore, I told you, because there is somebody like this switch. There is a switch here. You switch off, let us see. Mahatma, you switch off, okay. Mahatma is okay. Mahatma, go there. You switch off. Again, switch on. Okay, that's easy. This one. Switch on. Now, if I ask you, who is the controller of this bulb, what you all will say? Mahatma, isn't it? Yeah. But if the electricity board shuts down the power, now if Mahatma is switching on, switching off, will anything happen? That means he is controller, but he is a what controller? Minute controller. And then electricity board is by the government. When they switch off, your putting on, putting off has no meaning. So they are ultimate controller. Is it clear? Our control is also there, but our control is limited control. Like many of you here, you are working in a company. You have some control in your department, correct, no? You have a cabin, you have your machines, you have control. But in landline, they don't give you full access to company. Everybody's access will be different or same? Different. You are in some department, only your department access you will have. Other department access you won't have. That's your control. Then somebody above all the departments, he will have access to all the controls. And then when you go up, like CEO type of person, he can have access to everything. So our access and our ability to control others is all limited to our jurisdiction. Correct? So every jiva is a controller, but we are minor controllers. God is the greatest controller, He is the supreme controller. But the beauty is what? Although He is supreme controller, He is most loving. He is such an amazing controller that He is driving the chariot of Arjuna. He is putting Arjuna behind and He is driving his chariot. He has no ahankar, no false pride, completely benevolent. Similarly, He is supposed to control everybody, and He is telling Yashoda, you bind me, I will get bound by your love. Yashoda is tying him up with the rope. That kind of amazing controller he is. That is why when I heard all this past time, I said, oh, Krishna deserves to be God. Good person. Correct or not? Because, many of us, although we may want to play God, we are not allowed to play God because we trouble others. This word, correct or not? It's a little painful to agree, but it is a fact that in this world, living beings are troubling whom? One another. They trouble one another. Because of the impurity in our heart. God has no impurity. His heart is completely like 24 karat gold, 100% pure. So, when He is a proprietor, but He is such an amazing proprietor. When Bali was defeated, Lord put Sugriva there. When Ravana was defeated, whom did He put? When Hiranyakashipu was defeated, Prahlad. So Krishna doesn't say, I defeated him, so I will sit here now. He is putting whom? He is putting his devotee. Especially a devotee who is a dharmatma, who will be a satya sankalpa, who will be a truthful king, who will actually do welfare for the people, and who will represent God properly. Correct, no? He puts them there. So he doesn't sit. This is the kind of proprietor he is. Although he is proprietor, he is empowering proprietor. He is making his devotees rule the world, and he is just sitting behind. In the battlefield of Kurukshetra also, what kind of controller is he? I was thinking in the beginning, when Arjuna cried and put his bow down, imagine if any of us were there in the battlefield and you are in Krishna's role, what you would have done. Think about it. I thought, Arjuna, you are not going to fight? He says, no. Okay, go and relax. Give me your bow and arrow. Useless fellow, go. That's what I would have done. Because he is not ready to fight and is crying also. Nayotsya. Iti Govinda, Mukto Atushnim Babuvaha. He became silent and he was crying tears also. Hey, you have the skill, but you have no will. Is it useful to have somebody with a skill without will? Like sometimes there's a big bull sitting in a farm, but he doesn't want to plow. Can you do something? Arjuna was like that. Very powerful, very skilled, but there is no willingness to fight. You would have dismissed him. But Krishna is amazing. Krishna is a kingmaker. What he told Arjuna, share this Bhagavad Gita, get up, and fight the battle. And he win the battle. And Krishna was constantly supplying him good ideas, how to fight the battle and win the battle. And Krishna wanted to make him successful, not become himself successful. It's very amazing, isn't it? This is the type of controller he is. So how many of you like a boss who controls you to make you successful? You like or not? Only half of you like? Okay, how many of you like a boss who bosses over you to himself become successful? Anybody likes him? Correct. So how many of you would like a boss to make you successful? That is Krishna, correct, no? Krishna is appearing to be as a boss of Arjuna, is God, but he is supplying inputs to Arjuna to make who successful? See his type of control. See, that is one reason why you all love your mother, father. A mother, father, sometimes their anger is also an expression of their love. Correct, no? They are worried, hey, why are you not wearing socks? Hey, cover your head. You may say, I'm a kid now. I am grown up. Why are you so much chasing after me? Sometimes students ask like that. But their anger is also an expression of their love. Hare Krishna, please come. Yeah. We can come little ahead of all of you. That is it. So you all can introduce yourself. Give the mic to them. You can tell about your name, which temple you are connected to, and you can also tell about how many rounds you are chanting. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
No. All are covered already. They all have spoken. Just now those who came.
Okay.
Right.
I'm associated with DC Temple, and I usually do 5 rounds a day.
Very good. Thank you. And then who else? Yourself also, right? Yeah. Yes.
Hare Krishna, I Vinod, and I'm also associated to DC Temple. This is my first time out here.
Oh, very good. Thank you. And you have been coming to DC Temple for a month or two?
It's been a while, but like sometimes I come like 2 to 3 times a month.
Very good.
And it takes like 2 to 3 months.
And could you get some weekly classes by somebody?
Not yet.
Not yet. You're going to join. Very good. Thank you. What's your name, you said?
Vinod.
Vinod. And then? Others?
My name is Aditya.
Okay. Aditya, you attend the weekly classes you attend? Not yet, yeah. You came to temple, DC Temple?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Shyam Gopeshwar, you met these devotees in the temple?
Yes.
You got the contacts. They have to be put through device or something, I think, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And then?
I'm from Baltimore.
Okay. How many rounds you chant?
4 to 6.
Very good. I saw you thing last time. What's your name? Vasisht, I saw you. You were staying in the Vivayas also, right? You still stay, Vasisht, there?
Yes, sir.
How many of you stay there?
Around
6 of you now. Amazing. Tell me the names. Who all are staying? Raise a hand. Who all are staying? Oh, okay. So the 4 of you are here. Okay, you are Vasisht and then who? Yash and then? Sai Dinakaraina. Huh? Varun. So Vasisht chants how many rounds? Very good. And then what's up next to you?
My name is Jan.
I remember meeting you last time.
I'm from Baltimore. And I currently spend between 8 to 11.
Very good. Thank you. And 5 minutes. Very good. And behind you?
I'm also associated to Baltimore.
And you are 4 of you. Who are the other 2 fellows who stay with you?
Only one is in India, and one is
Okay. Now 6 is increased now. Huh? 6, very good. Very nice. Yeah. Very wonderful. So for you all the same place where it was very close to temple?
Yeah.
I came to your place.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So now what I want, some of you can come and stand here. Some of, not you, those who have been hearing from the beginning. So in the same order in which I spoke, you can recollect few points and go back, and then we will give alternately, boys and girls will give opportunity. You give them one mic to them and you can take this mic. What we are going to do now is to quickly recapitulate what we discussed today, so that we don't forget. And also those who have come now, 4 or 5 of them have joined. They all just now joined. They missed the talk. It's a very important talk from the beginning. They should be able to grasp. So you can come here and they can repeat the point. Yeah, please come. Everybody can hear. How did I begin? What's the first thing I said? You can introduce yourself. Yeah. They are your friend? Mahatma is your friend?
My name is Keisha.
Keshav? Where are you from, Keshav?
I'm from Baltimore.
Okay, very good. Your parents are devotees?
Yes.
Very good. You're coming first time here? You have been to any programs or retreats? Not yet, the first time. You chant also 1 or 2 rounds?
Yeah.
How many you chant?
7.
7 rounds, good, very good. They can be your friends. Here is Kulashekar and Mahatma, they have come from Richmond. Welcome, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you can come and how did I start today, the beginning? Yes.
Yeah, so the main points you were saying is how there are 3 levels of living entities.
Can you keep it more closer?
Yeah, the first level, which is most people in this material world, are people that are seeking for material enjoyment, people that are greedy, like there's a lot of negative emotions like that, hankering for something that is not exactly theirs.
Oh, this came much later. I began the class. How did I begin? What is the first thing I... Happiness. Everybody is looking for? Happiness, yeah. That's the first thing I began. And then what I said after that? After I said about happiness. Huh? If you want, you can stand up and catch everybody, ask them for raise of hand and make them respond. Yeah. You can do the facilitation work also. Huh? Yeah. You are comfortable standing? You want a chair? You want a chair? Huh? Yeah. Yes. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah.
The next thing was what was stopping us from being happy. And it was the three main things. It was grief, anger, and lust.
Actually, was this one, I didn't begin it like this. I told about happiness and I also told who is the person who is always happy. Correct? Krishna. Then I entered more into the topic of how God is always happy in all circumstances. Correct? So who can say what examples they gave for how God is always happy in all situations? Huh? Yeah.
Yeah, when he was a kid and when he was dancing on the Candia, and also when he was
That.
like the war was going on.
In the battle also. He's always happy, correct now? He's always want to be smiling. Thank you, that was the point I was making, correct. So, he's always happy. Then I was telling about, what was I saying after that? What about us? Are we happy always?
No, we're
No.
not.
Yeah.
So then you gave like examples of like.
I told about the Taittiriya Upanishad. What does it say? Of course, verse you may not recollect. That raso vaisaha rasam ki evayam lagdva anandi bhavati. I was telling that verse. If a jiva wants to become happy, what he has to do? Huh? Reconnect with God. When we disconnect from God, we become unhappy, morose. When we connect with God, like if a grass is disconnected from the root, it becomes yellow, pale yellow. But if a grass is connected to the root, it is green. If a coal is inside the fire, it is red hot. Sometimes it falls outside, becomes blackish. So, in this way, with connect with Krishna, you flourish. Disconnect from Krishna, you perish. So that was the point. So then I was telling about Arjuna. What was I saying about Arjuna? You remember?
Yeah, so Arjuna was not ready to fight the war. He was very much morose about his situation.
Yeah.
So like, if a normal living entity were in that situation,
Exactly.
then like they would just like say like, what is he doing?
Yeah.
But Krishna, like being like naturally without ahankar, naturally compassionate towards other living entities, decided to help Arjuna.
Very good. So this was the first theme we brought up, and then I was telling the living entities, having become disconnected from God, they have come to this world. But what is the nature of that living entity? Is it a bad living entity always?
No.
What was I saying? Yeah.
Since we're part and parcel of Krishna, we qualitatively have the same.
Yeah.
quality.
So every one of us, we have the potential to behave like God. Like God, how He behaves, exactly the same manner we can behave. We can be all loving, we can be all merciful, all kind. We may not be all powerful like Him, we are minutely powerful. But we have the ability to, the potential to act in a way that we can become a healing cell in this world. Correct, no? Rather than be like a cancer cell creating trouble for others. Correct, no? So then I told you the living entity, when the living entity came to this world, what happened to the living entity due to which he has become bad? You remember that?
So
Now you can ask the question, who would like to say that? Yeah.
Became bad because of three qualities, which are lust, greed, and anger. When one realizes that these are to be avoided and one needs to reconnect with God, then they can understand their purpose and they can try to be happy.
Perfect. Thank you. Very good. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Now then what I did, I entered into this subject of lust, anger, and greed in detail. So who would like to say corresponding three things to these three things? I said, she knows. This side, I want to take alternately. One this side, one that side. This side, Prabhuji said. Yeah, please. Yeah.
Proprietorship, membership, and drivership.
So proprietorship is equivalent to which one?
Anger.
Is proprietorship anger?
The greed.
Greed, yeah. And then?
Enjoyership
Yes.
is lust.
Correct.
And angership is control.
No, controllership is anger. Yeah. Controllership is anger. Correct. Very true. Now, girl side they will give examples now. Let us see. One example. Only one you can give. Don't give all the three. One example I gave.
For greed, it's Hiranyakashipu
Ah.
wants to rule.
You want to rule all the three worlds. Okay. Very good. Actually, these three can be overlapping also because sometimes one fellow has all the three also. Sometimes. Okay. I was telling Alexander, you remember that? And I also told, see, two levels, whenever I give example, I give something like this and something, like, we talk about kings and Hiranyakashipu and all, but in our life, what example I gave for proprietorship? In our life, in this world, yeah?
The kids fighting.
Kids, yeah. What are the kids fighting for?
Toys.
Toys. What do they want to do?
They want to take other people's toys.
They want to take away toys of all the children and say, get lost. They do that sometimes, isn't it? So even kids can be greedy when they are born, good. So that's our proprietorship. And controllership, who can say? Anybody from controllership? Yeah. Yeah. Correct. He was trying to control Ambarish, correct. So I also told another word for controllership, which is very well known to all the people in the world. What is it? Bossing over. See, if you are staying in a room, if any of your friend is they have a bossing tendency or like they give a kind of, what do you call it, bullying tendency, you don't like it, correct, no? In a class also you will see anybody has a bullying nature, others will want to go away from them. But somebody is very humble, submissive, they are polite and well behaved, everybody will come towards them, correct, no? So Hiranyakashipu had a bossing nature over whom? Prahalad, correct, no? Yeah. And Durvasa Muni had a controlling nature towards Ambarish, correct. Yeah. And then enjoyership, what example I gave? You remember that? Yeah. Can you give her?
It was Ravan and Sita.
Correct. Ravana wanted to kidnap Sita, who was another man's wife. Although the Shastras never prohibit marriage, marriage is perfectly allowed, but to take interest in another man's wife and kidnap her, it's a great sin, terrible sin. Huh? So then I told something more about love versus lust. Do you remember that? What is the nature of love or what is the nature of lust? You can come here, you can stand here.
So basically, lust is where the living entity wants to take something for their own pleasure, and love is when you want to give.
Exactly. What example I gave?
You gave a love, like the example of the mother.
Correct. Very true. Mother is so giving. Why in this world everybody has so much affection for the mother? Because her sacrificing mood, her unconditional mood of service, her no expectation from the children, and her giving. Therefore, we have a reason to love God also, because when I look at the nature, the sun is giving me heat and light, the sun is giving me rain shower, the trees are giving me fruits, plants are giving me flowers, the nature is also giving me air to breathe, water to drink, grains and food to eat, everything to eat. God is giving. He doesn't ask any charges, correct, no? You see, nowadays people are converting sunlight into electricity, correct, no? Are they paying to sun? Isn't it? Think about it, isn't it? We are taking pure rainwater. Nowadays there is a water harvesting, you know that? Water harvesting means you have a facility to directly take the rainwater and store it, So you don't pay for the pure water, but you pay for the Bisleri water, correct, no? So, because we are taking, naturally any jiva can love God because God is serving us selflessly, correct, no? So that is pure love. So, the jivas also have pure love, but the jivas have in this world become covered over by lust, correct, no? So these three diseases you understood now, lust, anger and greed. And these are the three illnesses which is dominating this world, due to which there is problem in this world, correct, no? So now after that what I said? After that. Anybody remembers? You can give a clue. What are the three levels of? Education. Education. What is the lowest level of education? As I was telling about all the material knowledge in the schools and colleges. They are only telling you how to take the materials in this world and manipulate it and enjoy life. But nobody is asking, in this world so many nice materials are there, whom do they belong to? Just think about it. Who is the owner of all the materials of this world? There is vast ocean lying. Who created the ocean? Who created all the materials? Like you see, God has given every country something. Like Gulf, He has given oils, right? Huh? Like Germans are making machines, Japanese are making computer and other machines, hardware products they are making. And Malaysia has chandan and rubber, correct? No? India has spirituality. America has dollar notes. Every country has something, correct? No? Yeah. So every country God has given something. But one country wants to take over another country, like Russia wants to take over Ukraine. Now Hamas Palestine is going on because people have a tendency to, by proprietorship, dominate other countries. Keep maximum in under their control. Correct now? I heard that they were telling sometimes that some countries see one country progressing and they become envious also. Is it true? Huh? Hey, they are too fastly progressing. They should not go so fast. So slow them down, they create some trouble. Is it true? They do that? Yeah. So, and how this is happening, I told you, in a house, there may be 5 to 8 members. Within them, if there is a tussle, there will be a disturbed home. Same principle you can apply for the 8 billion population, 10 billion population. Correct or not? Because the world is a bigger home. This is a smaller home. So, a home has many material commodities which don't create any trouble. They just remain. But as soon as the spirit soul comes, he is conscious. He comes with the impurity in the mind, proprietorship, controllership, enjoyership. With that, he troubles one another. They trouble one another. So, yeah, that I was telling about that. And then what else I said? Why? And then I was glorifying Krishna after that, I think, correct? What was I saying about Krishna? You remember? You told one point, you told about Krishna, riding the chariot of Arjuna, I think, right?
Yeah, basically he looks like for whatever little good we have, he tries to expand that.
Yeah.
While like a normal like living entity will like pinpoint the bad in others, and if there's a fault in someone, then like they kind of push them aside.
So how does Krishna control Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra? How does he control? I told you towards the end.
Yeah, through enlightening him to the Bhagavad Gita.
Yeah, that is true. So Krishna made himself a success or he made Arjuna a success?
Arjuna successful.
So if somebody controls you to make you successful, then you don't mind being controlled, correct or not? What example I gave for that? One example I gave. What? Correct. If your boss is behind you to get a lot of work done, I was telling Shyam Gopesh Prabhu, Deepak Mahari is doing his doctorate. His madam who is his, boss above him, to whom he has to report. She's a very demanding lady. I told him, see, she may be very demanding, but when you publish the paper, both names will come in the paper, correct, no? Then he became very happy. Okay, she's making him also successful, correct, no? So, if our teacher is sometimes pushy, and that pushy teacher is making us a grand success, when you look back, you are grateful to the teacher, correct, no? Similarly, Krishna is such a teacher who made who successful? Arjuna. Krishna doesn't want to take the credit himself. He is telling Arjuna, Tasmat pramuttishta yasho labhasva jitva shatrun bhungshvarajyam samriddham. He is saying, Mayaiva yete nihataha purvameva nimittamatram bhavasavya. He is telling, you take the rajyam and you take the credit for winning the battle also. I don't want anything. What I want, I just want to assist you, that's all. I want to facilitate you. Because Krishna is a facilitator of all the jivas. Every one of us have a reason to love him because he is only our facilitator to make us successful. We want commodities, he gives commodities. We want success, he gives success. We want ideas, he gives ideas. What he takes, nothing. And he also is ready to take our moroseness and he is ready to take our non-cooperation, everything. So what we are giving God is insignificant and what he is giving us is infinite. Anyone who thinks this, they'll burst into tears, seeing the Lord's behavior towards the jivas. If you study very carefully in scriptures, this is about the control. And what I told about proprietorship, you remember that? About Krishna's proprietorship.
Yes.
Some examples I gave.
So it's not like in like a controlling manner. It seems like that he does it in a way that glorifies the devotee.
Like how?
So we did Arjuna as an example, and another one is where like with once he defeated Ravana, he gave Vibhishana the kingdom. When he defeated Hiranyakasipu, he gave Prahlad Maharaj.
Exactly. Instead of he sitting on the throne, he gave the throne to his devotees. So Krishna doesn't, want to be a proprietor. He says he's Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He's a proprietor of everything. But he gives a proprietorship to his devotee. That is his renunciation. Actually, it is very difficult. Even sometimes in this world it is seen, a man has become 85 years old. He has 4 sons. He has a textile shop. And the 4 sons are telling, Papa, go and relax at home. He says, no, you guys don't know how to run the shop. I have to be there. Sab baito. Main jo bolta karo. He is micromanaging. And the sons want to expand the shop big. And the father is saying that he has left the next 3 shops to some other people for rent. Sons are saying, remove those people, rented people, demolish the walls, make a big shop, and we can be the biggest shop in the whole city. But father is not agreeing. He says, no, it's ancestral property. We cannot demolish the shops. Let them pay rent, and we will have only this much shop. In the small shop, he is sitting, he is calling his 4 sons to assist him. And the 4 sons are thinking, he's an old man, and he has so many sicknesses in the body. Papa, go for some tirtha yatra or something and come. He says, how can I go? Because you guys don't know how to run the shop. So even in this world, in a small situation, people are so much micromanaging. Correct, no? But Krishna, such a big world he created and trusted us and given us the world. You can imagine. Amazing personality, isn't it? He doesn't micromanage. He leaves it to you. Do what you want. So, in this way, Krishna is an original proprietor, but he gives it to his devotees. He trusts his devotees and gives them. So how he is a proprietor until it. And how is the enjoyer, I said? What does he do in terms of enjoyment? Anybody remembers? I said. He gives enjoyment to his devotees. How he gives enjoyment to his devotees? I told. Yeah?
To Mother Yashoda.
Mother Yashoda bound Krishna, correct? The whole world is glorifying Yashoda that she could successfully bind Krishna, and Krishna has no ego problem. I have become bound. Nampada, what will happen to me? Ijjat ki baat hai. He doesn't think like that. What will people will talk ill of me that I got bound. He gives enjoyment to his mother. He agrees to be defeated by his own devotees. It's called Bhaktir Jitatvam. He agrees. See, you can only allow somebody to defeat you if you have a great love for them. Like my father used to keep the hand like this when I was a small kid. I would do like this, I would take his hand like this. 2 times. And after 2-3 times he takes away, I would cry, that I'm not able to feel his hand. Then he would purposely keep the hand and I would do like that. Now I am winning. So he would make me win. So, and I'll be thinking that I won over him. But why did he allow me to win? Love. To make me happy. Correct, no? To make me feel the joy of winning over him. Although he is very much more powerful than me. So Krishna also agrees to be defeated by his devotees out of love. So it's very amazing. So in this way, Srila Prabhupada in his books teaches the nature of God. When you say the soul, the matter and God. What example I gave for that? Matter, spirit and God, one example I gave.
Oh, you gave the car.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so the driver is like the soul.
Yes.
Car is like the body.
Yes.
And the traffic laws is like...
Of the government. That is?
That's like Krishna.
Correct. You understood, no? So, yes, you have some freedom on the road, but not absolute freedom. In America, you have to drive on the right side, right? In India, you have to drive on the left side. Even a free citizen has to follow laws. What to speak of criminals? Criminals have to follow jail laws. And the civilian has to follow state laws. Ultimately, everybody has to follow some law because there is God above. So that's why I told you 2 words I used for vertical and horizontal. You remember that?
Vertical conformity.
Conformity and unity. And is unity possible without conformity? Why it's not possible? Who can say? She will say. Can you tell? Yeah. You remember? Understood that?
Because until we understand our connection to the Supreme and how all jivas are connected to God, we won't be able to live at peace and get the devices approved.
Yeah, and for that I told one Prabhupada story. I told. Who remembers that? Any of you remember that? He remembers that. Aryan.
Is it the Was it the one at the UC Berkeley, or was it the different story?
Tell me, what was that?
At UC Berkeley, like many students were committing suicide because they had problems with it. And the university was thinking of just closing the top floor
Yeah.
to stop the students, but
Yeah.
Prabhupada said that wouldn't stop the students. They were going to find another floor to jump off.
Yeah. Actually, that I was telling to show that in America there is no dearth of wealth. People have handsome bodies, they have broad roads, tall towers, affluent facilities. Everything is there, but they are not happy. Even with all these things. The reason why they are not happy is they have turned away from God. When you turn away from God, then we become enveloped by the mind, with these three impurities. And then, unless you cleanse these impurities by vertical conformity and horizontal unity with all. Conformity with God and unity with all. And at that time, I was giving the example of one honesty among thieves. Anybody remember that? Who remember? Please give it in.
So the Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So the example was three thieves. They have looted the bank and have ran to the forest. One thief, he has gone for
ready?
the nature level, and then two thieves. One of them is discussing that we should distribute the wealth
Amongst ourselves.
amongst ourselves and then just run away.
Yeah.
And then the other people is saying no, we should distribute it honestly
Yeah.
among all three of us. So
Right.
Prabhupada said, like, what is the use of this honesty if you yourself are not following the law?
Correct. Correct. Very good. That was the point I was telling. Very good. Thank you. So now we have revised most of it. Any of you feel something is missed out in my revision, in what we were doing till now? Something very vital point we missed out. Anybody feels that? You can say that. Anybody? Yeah.
So important skills. Social skills.
And interpersonal. Correct. And spiritual. So personal, interpersonal, social, and spiritual. All the four you can very nicely learn Ramayana. Thank you. Here he is going to.
Then we told how
The mic is coming.
he gives the kingdom to Vibhishan.
Correct, very good. So in this way, Lord Ram, you can see how the Lord is so loving to his part and parcels. He is not in a mood of bossing over or controlling or becoming a proprietor. If you become a devotee, Lord will give everything. He doesn't want anything for himself. So one should understand his nature. That is the reason why he is so cheerful, he is so detached. Correct, no? He become attached to petty things of this world. And he has millions of universes he has created in this world. In spiritual world also he has abundant creation. But doesn't become attached to anything. He is very detached and he is always in the mood of giving. Our mother, father, when you see, we can understand how God must be. What kind of personality he is. Such a big heart, such a giving heart. How can one forget him and how one can ignore him? And how one can be preoccupied like a frog in the well in one's own little world. How foolish it is. Therefore we have to become Krishna conscious. We are all coming to the spiritual retreat, right? Because our goal is to understand the presence of such a beautiful being, the Supreme, and to turn towards him and connect with him. And by that connection experience a drop of his happiness. And when we experience that happiness, then we can also imbibe some of his qualities. And on behalf of him, benefit the world around us. So, acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God, acting on behalf of God. All these four things any sane human being should do, because by this you will be happy, you can make the world happy. And Srila Prabhupada did that. So you want to follow in his footsteps. Srila Prabhupada ki, Mahaprasad is ready. Mahaprasad ki, take prasad, okay.